Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm AYOTUNDE Balogun. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu proposes 1.388 trillion naira budget for the year 2022. Governor Sanwo-Olu commissions 480 housing units in Ibeshe, Ikorodu. And Lagos marks 2021 Asha Day. Let's get started with the 1.388 trillion naira 2022 budget presentation by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, which is to service key growth areas in order to consolidate the recovery of the state's economy and positively transform livelihoods of residents.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu makes his way into the Lagos State House of Assembly to present the 2022 appropriation bill. The Assembly has members of the House, state executives, and other officials who are here to witness the presentation of the budget proposal. Without wasting time, Governor Sanwo-Olu proposes 1.388 trillion naira budget for the next year, and he says that the state will be spending 325 billion naira to deliver infrastructure projects that will expand the state's economy.
Mr. Speaker, I stand before you to present the 2022 appropriation bill, which will be the final full-year budget before the next election in 2023. This makes it a very significant budget, which we have aptly christened as the budget of consolidation. 2022 is a year in which we will focus obsessively on completing ongoing projects, while also expanding our social intervention programs and support for our citizens and for micro and small, medium businesses. The 2022 budget is aimed at consolidating all of our efforts so far into timely delivery of our electoral promises for a greater Lagos to all citizens and residents of our dear state. Our destination is now in sight. Despite experiencing one of the most challenging times in modern history in our beloved state, we have advanced in a manner that ensures that conviction of our progress is incontestable. The result speaks very eloquently in the various facets of our communities, even in the face of numerous devastation situations, which would have been acceptable justification for underperformance. Lagosians can testify to the improved standard of infrastructure delivered in all of our administration's 377 wards across the state, which align with the state's mission to eradicate poverty and to promote economic growth through infrastructural renewal and development. But we cannot afford to rest on our oars. We are therefore using this opportunity to again announce our commitment to delivering the Lagos of our dream, Africa's model megacity, a global economic and financial hub that is safe, that is secure, and that is productive. We have clearly articulated our vision in tackling governance in the state through our team's agenda and have commenced the state 30-year development plan, 2021 to 2051, that will update and replace our previous plan, which was from 2012 to 2025. This is necessary given the huge global challenges that have come on us as a people and as a nation. We must therefore continue to have a long-range view for our destined outcomes. This plan will therefore provide a strategic direction and an oversight to further growth and development of our dear state.
He highlights that the state will be earmarking on an aggregate of 137.64 billion naira, representing 9.90% of the 2022 budget for the funding of green investment in environment, social protection, housing, and community amenities.
Honorable members, it is with a great sense of duty and an absolute commitment to the transformation of Lagos into a preferred global destination for residents, for commerce, for investment that I present this year 2022 budget proposal. Under our general public service, we're putting a total of about 235.4 billion, which is about 16%. Public order and safety, about 61.7 billion, is about 5%. Economic affairs, about 325 billion, is about 23%. Environment, about 49.8 billion, is about 3.5%. Housing and community, 77.9 billion, which is about 5.6%. Health, 123.16 billion, which is about 8.87%. Recreation, culture, and religion, 16.7, which is about 1.2%. Education, 171.6 billion, which is about 12.37%. Social protection, about 9 billion, which is less than a percent. And sectorial total, it's about 1 trillion, which is about 77. And subsequently broken down, contingency reserves, about 36 billion, which is about 2.5%. Loan repayment, about 170, which is about 12%. Personnel costs and service-wide pension, about 53 billion, which is about 3.8%. And counterpart funds, about 55 billion, which is about 4.02%.
And the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Mudashiru Obasa, assures the people of speedy approval of the 2022 expenditure proposal.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, around this time last year, Governor Sanwo-Olu was here to present the year 2021 budget, itemizing its projection for the ongoing year. Today, with the remarkable support of this House, we are all witnesses to the outstanding performance of the budget as regards infrastructural renewal and wealth creation, among other things. The Lagos State is working is more or less an understatement. That notwithstanding, we need to look inward and devise more methods of improving our internally generated revenue beyond the sources identified so far. We, at the same time, need to ensure that the revenues collected are promptly accounted for. While the projection of this administration are being guided by its team agenda, we need to further strengthen it to touch the lives of the people. Despite the numerous infrastructural development going on in the state, the impact is not yet fully getting to all and sundry as it should be. For instance, the traffic issue in the state has become intractable, such that we cannot but look for a holistic approach for solution. The lawlessness of the road users is so noticeable and daring. Of course, we need to focus more on implementation of the law that addresses this ugly situation. It is a known fact that Lagos State has the highest foreign debt, of course. This loan has been the secret behind most of the infrastructural development we all see all over the state. Nevertheless, we advise the executive to focus more on intense projects that will create job opportunity and reduce bottleneck in movement that will be geared towards alleviating poverty in our society with most of these laws. At the same time, our policies must be channeled towards fighting poverty in our society, empowering our people, particularly those below poverty line.
The financial proposal, Christian Budget of Consolidation, will be the first full-year fiscal plan of the state before the next general elections in 2023.
We move from budget to the housing sector, an area the state governor insists he is passionate about. This time, Governor Sanwo-Olu commissions 480 housing units in Ibeshe, Ikorodu area of Lagos, which makes it the 13th housing scheme provided for residents across the state. Take a look.
These residential modern homes, situated in a serene environment, breathe a new life into the Ibeshe area of Ikorodu. The latest of the Lagos Homes initiative, delivered by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, residents of the area all gathered to witness the handing over of the estate.
The glory of the Almighty God, hereby formally also dedicate and unveil the certificate of the D.O. Benson Housing Estate Ibeshe. Lagos State. Thank you very much.
The state-owned housing scheme is in line with the theme's developmental agenda of the governor's administration, which has provided accommodation for some residents. The state government has promised to do more for the people.
No doubt, this is a ceremony that shows beyond all doubt the readiness of the present administration to drive with great vigor an all-round development of the state. For instance, in the housing sector, within the last 2 years, the able leadership of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola, and the Deputy Governor, Dr. Bafemi Amsat, have provided all needed support and directions, without which we will not be here today. These are to ensure that the housing deficit in the state is reduced and that decent homes are made available to all categories of residents. I must emphasize the essence of all the activities in the sector is to strengthen the boot sector so that positive impact are seen in the lives of all the citizens. With more decent homes, the family ecosystem is better preserved, living standards are improved, and the beauty of the environment is enhanced. May I also recall that recently the governor was at Lekki to commission the Bayview Estate, a housing scheme which was constructed through joint venture partnership with private developers. The fact that he is here again today to increase the housing to the good people of Lagos, another housing scheme, while conducting the commencement of another scheme, is a signal that development of the state of excellence is a continuous work. It is important to note that this estate, which is constructed through budgetary allocation, is located close to the shoreline, thereby making it a choice residential scheme. With 480 new homes of various categories in this neighborhood, the socio-economic indices of the area are bound to improve. It is worthy to mention that housing development comes under the pillar of making Lagos a 21st century economy in the team's agenda. Based on this policy thrust, the state government has been working on the completion of all the housing scheme initiated but left unfinished by previous administrations in the state. Private sector involvement in housing development is also being encouraged to the extent that many serious investors are now collaborating with the state government. This has resulted in all the visible evidence of progress. May I seize this opportunity to thank the management and staff of LSGCC for a job well done on this scheme. I want to enjoin us all to continue to cooperate with the state government. The transformation agenda is achieving so much for us all in all aspects of our lives. The dream of a greater Lagos is unfolding daily. With what we see today, I'm bold to say things can only get brighter and better. With your support, Mr. Governor's determination to meet upon his promises will definitely be met. The Lagos Home Ibiche scheme, a recent addition, is another loud testimony to the commitment of this progressive administration towards the continuous delivery of decent houses to the citizens of the state. The scheme, which is a product of the Ministry of Housing, was supervised by the Lagos State Development and Property Corporation. The teamwork has resulted in an architectural showpiece of modern homes delivered in a beautiful, serene, and well-planned environment. The scheme is situated opposite Nikentech Factory, Ibiche, Igbogobayeku LCD, on an area of 15 hectares. It consists of 40 blocks, 480 units of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. The units come with fully fitted kitchen, store, and a guest toilet. The estate has ample car parks, water treatment plants, overhead water tanks, borehole, pump house, central sewage system, 7 test transformers, 1 injection station, and 2 refuse houses. Other ancillary buildings include generator house and community hall. With the ongoing infrastructural upgrade of the area, Lagos Homes is the jewel of recent estate development in the environment, providing beautiful and classic homes for the people.
And make life easy for Lagosians. He deserves our pride.
Governor Sanwo-Olu reassures the people of creating more jobs for the teeming population through the construction of more housing schemes and a dedicated workers' village which is about to come up at Imota.
Under the Making Lagos a 21st Century Economy pillar, under the team's agenda, our administration is focusing on the build sector as a driving factor for economic development, also for social inclusion, and certainly for job creation. In deepening our activities in this sector, therefore, the economy of the state has been gradually and greatly revitalized, and this is because building homes is a capital-intensive capacity that positively affects every sector of the economy. Housing provision has also impacted positively on our social inclusion goals. For instance, the housing scheme completed by the administration are located in all parts of the state. A look at the location of the estates already completed will show that not only is the urban area, but also the suburban and the rural parts are being touched by our housing provision endeavors. And more importantly, all socio-economic groups from the high network to the low income bracket in the state have their interests served in the array of homes that have so far been delivered. And in terms of job creation, through the construction work in our various housing schemes, we believe that we'll be able to create about 17,000 direct jobs, given the engagements of consultants and our contractors and artisans at this estate. Other forms of indirect economic activity in form of food vendors and subcontractors at the various sites, transportation of work gangs and others, we believe that additional 15,000 have also been provided informally into this sector. In addition to these aforementioned values to the intrinsic joy of home ownership and to the advantages of building a decent ecosystem for family living, we feel that our focus on this sector is justified. I therefore pledge that we will continue in this manner by deepening our activities in home provision with a greater vigor in the coming months and years. In line with the resolve, we will be laying the foundation for the construction of phase 2 of this housing scheme here today. And so this phase 2 will yield a total of 192 additional flats with supporting infrastructure that will include network of road, drainage system, car park, electricity, and of course, water reticulation. Our ultimate goal is to build homes within livable surroundings and to create a livable communities where our values are protected and are cherished. Houses are good, but homes are ultimate. In developing and completing these schemes, we are putting in mind the total well-being of our people. We want our families to be nurtured in good environments and our children brought up within good settings so that the legacy of excellence can continue into the future. In line with our inclusive policy and our commitment to welfare of our workers, I'm happy to also announce that we're developing a special housing package for our workers in the state. The working class in the state, we see them as our strength and the strength of our being. These are our strongest assets, and they are the oil that lubricates the engine of prosperity in our state.
It's a gesture that's well received by the people of Ikorodu, and they appreciate the state government for bringing such initiative to their community.
It is important to note that the completion and the official commissioning of Lagos Homes Ibeche Estate in Ikorodu today has conveniently taken advantage of the adjoining infrastructures, and it has shown as a testimony of Mr. Governor's resolve to deliver on his campaign promises to complete and deliver all critical projects across the state. I commend the foresight of this administration to have adopted this housing model that harness and maximize the limited spaces for the delivery of safe and decent homes for greater population of Lagosians.
You have said you are going to improve infrastructure, you will improve our housing. I want to tell you this, Mr. Governor. March 24th, 2021, you are in this local government, sir, to commission a 360 flats in Igbogo, and today you are here to commission another 480. What you have done for me is to give me additional 840 residents in my community. to give me 840 landlords and 840 tenants. To me as a politician, sir, what I will promise you in return is I will turn them to electoral value to you. You can be rest assured that the electoral input of Ikorodu will increase by 840 times 4 because we expect minimum of 4 electoral value in a family. So I promise we will not regret doing this to us. And we thank you that all we requested for on March 24, 2021, you have granted.
Then the gathering moves to laying the foundation for the construction of Ibeshe Housing Scheme Phase 2. The newly constructed scheme is seated on 15 hectares landmass consisting of 40 blocks of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. The estate has ample car parks, water treatment plant, overhead water tanks, street lights, among other facilities that will make allottees comfortable.
And finally on the program, the Lagos State Government marks the 2021 Asha Day worldwide to promote and preserve the Yoruba cultural heritage, as well as the launching of the Youth Empowerment Access Center.
A display of rich Yoruba culture to mark the 2021 Asha Day worldwide. The event, in collaboration with the Lagos State Government and Yoruba in Diaspora, had state government officials in attendance, with Nollywood actors and actresses who converged on Blue Roof Agidingbi Ikeja to showcase the African tradition and the launch of Youth Empowerment Access Center. It's an entertaining moment for everyone present with various chants and cultural drama. The State Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture believes that the government will continue to promote and preserve culture to ensure it does not go into extinction.
The purpose of the Asha Day is to bring back to the memory, to the future, what Yoruba stand for, the culture, the activity, what we, our forefathers, had left behind. We are trying to resuscitate it and bring it to the front burner to show the world the importance of our culture, of what we are born with. Because in recent years, many of us had left it unattended to. And we see the foreign culture as the best culture, and where we play down on what belongs to us.
For the president of Asha Day Worldwide, culture plays a major role in tourism and must be embraced for economic growth.
Today's event is to project our culture to the world and also to preserve our cultural heritage. Another reason of this program is to revive our economy through our cultural artifacts, through our cultural heritage. And also, we want to make the world to understand what this culture is all about. Because many people believe culture is all about ceremony, but there's more into it. And for that reason, we need to start somewhere. And that is the reason why we are here today.
Some Nollywood actors share their views on African culture and tradition.
They have a lot to do in that aspect. There is need, first and foremost, for government to realize that it is a money-making industry. That is the first thing. It is only when they show interest that they will be able to give necessary support, that they will be able to create environment for the practitioners to do it to that level of commercialization.
The event is rounded off with presentation of awards to promoters of culture in Lagos State.
And this is where we call it today on this edition of Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm AYOTUNDE Balogun. Till next time, please stay safe.